What's up, YouTube? Lord Xander here, coming to you with another sitting in my car video. Anyways, I live in Texas. It gets hot as Hades, as they say. Try to minimize my use of colorful metaphors because my kids, from time to time, will watch my videos. You know, have to set a good example and all that. But, anyways. So this is my sunshade for my vehicle, and of course you recognize Alex Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm gonna turn off this AC because I'm sure it's causing a lot of backlash. But yeah, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, Harrison Ford as Han Solo. I stretch that out. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, and I forget the name of the actor that plays Chewbacca. So this, of course, is their view from the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. And I'm sitting in my version of the Millennium Falcon. But anyways, so the big news is George Lucas may buy Star Wars from Disney. Now, of course, when was it? Okay, I'm not big on using Google and stuff, but off memory. But I'm old, so I forget stuff from time to time. So what was it, 2014? Anyways, it's been a while. So he sold it to Disney for $4 billion. Now, it's rumored through a YouTube website. I believe he's called Mexican Iron Man. And I believe his trade is accounting. Well, anyways, he predicts that Disney has like what, $600 million or something, and like liquid assets. So, you know, as you know, liquid assets are money you can get quickly to buy stuff or whatever, you know, like cash in your wallet, not credit cards, not what you may have equity in your house or blah, 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 whatever. But considering the size and scope of the Walt Disney Corporation, all the IPs they own, that's pathetic as hell. So they've been destroying their IPs with a certain partisan political ideology for, I don't know, 10 years now or so. Maybe longer, but definitely hardcore when a certain orange man was elected into office not that long ago. Well, anyways, the orange man's been gone. Disney's continued to focus and shove down a certain left-wing political ideology in all their movies and pretty much everything they do. So they've pretty much destroyed Star Wars. No one really cares about The Mandalorian anymore. I want to say their only real good, solid movie that they had was Rogue One. And, you know, as we know, after the failure that is the fan fiction, I call it, Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy, you know, they've lost a lot in terms of their money-making potential for toys, t-shirts, and all that stuff. You know, where the real money comes in from franchises, you know, merchandising, so on and so forth. Not so much the movies, but George Lucas may be able to purchase Star Wars back from Disney at a huge discount because, as we know, the value of Star Wars is no longer worth $4 billion. I would say, hell, it might be worth 60 million, and that's being generous. But anyways, I hope and pray that George Lucas can buy back his babies, his kids, his movie and IP franchise from the white slave traders, as he said one time, a long time ago in an interview. And he was right. Let's be real. They've sold, you know, used up Star Wars for, you know, woke ideology points. But anyways, and by the way, if you're insulted by my use of terminology, you know, left wing, woke, and whatever, my response is, I don't care what you think. This is my opinion, and this is not satire. Walt Disney has, or I would say Disney, not Walt Disney. the Disney has, through Bob Iger, Cray Cray, KK, Kathleen Kennedy, Jar Jar Abrams, and Ruan Johnson have utterly killed Star Wars and ravaged its corpse very violently, metaphorically speaking. So if George Lucas can buy back Star Wars and revive the franchise, that would be awesome. Now, George Lucas is not a perfect writer, producer, director. I say he did his best work when he worked with a team, and he had other people like his ex-wife, other producers rein in his crazy ass ideas, because hey, I like Jar Jar Binks, but he was never the key to the success of the franchise, at least the prequel trilogy. But if he can work with some good people, he can do like magic, literally, because The Empire Strikes Back, of course, the OG Star Wars, A New Hope, and Return of the Jedi. Those were iconic science fiction, space opera, fantasy filmmaking. Of course, it's based on this family, the Skywalkers, and I would argue the Solos. Disney really effed it up bad when they failed to use what's known as the expanded Star Wars universe. Of course, they decided, well, hey, we're Walt Disney. Not a good impression of a mouse, but we're Walt Disney, and we're going to do our own thing, so they can, of course, avoid paying George royalties and change everything just enough to not pay him what he's due. The creator of Star Wars. That's what all movie companies do, but especially, one is notorious as Disney. Changing crap to virtue signal, and of course to avoid, the main reason to avoid paying any royalties or dividends to the actual creators of the IPs that they own. And I wouldn't put them past that to change things just enough so they could say that's our creation, like Din Djarin and The Mandalorian, and not pay George what he's due. We all know, as Star Wars fans, that The Mandalorian is a total 100% stand-in for Boba Fett. But anyways, moving on here. So, I would have loved to have seen a storyline called Dark Empire, created back in the day. I think it was either Marvel or Dark Horse Comics, I don't remember, where they had the continuation of Return of the Jedi, where the Galactic Civil War continued on because the Empire was huge and it fractured into many different generals who controlled, the Imperial fleets, and they had their own ambitions of intergalactic domination. And of course, the Rebel Alliance was kind of stuck in the middle. So the fraction of the Imperial forces that died with the second Death Star, and Darth Sidious, Darth Vader, redeemed, of course, back to Anakin Skywalker at the end of Return of the Jedi. The rebellion had to fight off, still huge factions of the Empire, of course. Those fans who read the novels, comic books, video games, Admiral Thrawn, and generals alike fought tooth and nail to maintain their power and gain more power against the fledgling Republic and the rebellion. So that's what they should have done, and they could have integrated all these characters, Chewie, Luke, Han, Harrison Ford in his younger days, and Leia into these new films. But nope, they let Ruan Johnson, Jar Jar Abrams, and Kathleen Kennedy, Jar Jar Abrams running Bad Robot, and pretty much ran Star Wars into the ground. But anyways, I'm kind of repeating old hash stories here, but let's hope and pray that Disney, the House of Mouse, the House of the Rat, not the Mouse, will have to give up Star Wars because of their consistent failure with all their movies, Pixar movies, everything that they produced on Disney Plus and so on and so forth, that they're going to have to give it up to survive and give it back to George. And hopefully the same can be done with Marvel Comics, but we will see. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Are you on board with what I'm saying? Are you totally against it? Let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, thanks for watching. And lately my channel's been growing, so I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers out there, subscribing, making comments, hitting that like button. So if you could do the same with this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And wherever you are in this world, I hope you're well. And we will see you at the next one. So hit that notification bell. Thank you. And bye-bye.